So I'm doing an energy check for the collective energy. I need a few cards for the energy check for the collective. There you go. You've got Archangel Michael and the Angel's Strength. There he is. Awesome. And you got the Angel's Strength card. Are there any other cards that would like to come forward for the energy of the collective energy? I'm not feeling it. Okay, so these are the two. Oh, so at the bottom I usually don't look, but sometimes I do. I'm going to take the card. You got your intuition, so using your intuition at this time is imperative to the moving forward in your life, but you also have to ground using the protection of Archangel Michael in your life. You can call upon him to protect you from any of those entities that wish to do you harm, because we all know that they're out there, and you have the strength to be moving forward and going into the direction of your endeavors that you need. Even the strength to be going and talking to people to change your situation from bad to better. So you have the strength behind you to be moving forward in the direction that you need to go, using your intuition to be finding the true oneself within you. I have my Hermetic cards that feel like they want to be used. So I have the Last Judgment. Now, when I look at these cards, it's not necessarily meaning that I'm looking at these signs. The spirit of the primal fire is the last judgment for the first chakra, Archangel Michael, of grounding. Sometimes with these Hermetic decks, it basically means that it's a balance between the light cards and the in-between, besides looking just at a dark cloud. So what is perhaps the last judgment for the year? What is Angel's Strength? Oh my goodness, there's a lot happening. So the first one that came out that I've seen is the moon. And the moon, the ruler of flux and reflux, change. When I see this, it's not necessarily meaning what it means for everyone else. What it means for me is change, the inevitable change, to be like when you look at so when I look at the moon, it basically indicates that this is a change in one's area, one's self, one's being, one's life force, grounding in a new area of their life. Five of Swords, so Lord of Defeat. Perhaps the last judgment of your last stepping stone was a defeat, that you failed at something, but when you fail, you often move and change within yourself using your intuition and your higher good. to be moving in the proper direction, moving forward. It's a balance. It has to be a balance within yourself. The star. You're the star in the making. So perhaps that this last judgment, this change, this inevitable change, because the moon is the inevitable change, the Lord of defeat, that you can't always please everyone. The player energies in the past, your family members, you can't please those energies, and you have to basically use your intuition to move forward into, and you're having the strength to move forward. You may forgive them for the things that they've done in your life, but you're also moving forward with, leaving that behind, leaving the past behind. It's not a bad thing, because you are the star and you're moving forward anyways in every aspect of your life. Or what you're going to be doing in your life is moving forward. And you have the sun, so you're blessed. Your angels, your Archangel Michael is looking over you. You're not, you're using your intuition. You're understanding yourself a little bit more than you would previously. You wouldn't be ever doing this, nor would you be following your dreams and aspirations. As like, not everyone's a tarot reader, but I'm meaning like everything in your life, whatever you do as the star. Like, do you shine at work? Do you shine in the way that you ride a motorcycle? Do you, love hiking or taking photography, or you love driving, or you love learning from the oil field, or you want to do things to help people achieve their greatest good, right? You have the ability to shine light on things that may look drowsy and droopy to others, and give it a new perspective, because you see it in a different light, like the sun does, shining light into the darkness and then darkness into the corners, because you're the shining star that sees something totally different than when someone else may see it. So it's not necessarily a bad thing that you're having a balance between grounding and finding the strength to be moving forward and using your intuition, because all of these things are a part of your growth. It's not just black and white, and it's not just one thing where it's always constantly negative. You have to have a balance. You have to have the light, you have to have the middle, and then you have to have the dark, and the dark follows along. Absolutely, wherever there's light, there is dark. Just like when we go to sleep, in the morning there's light, and when we go to bed it's dark, right? But how are your thoughts as well when you go to bed? How are your thoughts when you wake up in the morning? This also shapes our intuition, our life, and our grounding methods. I have my occult deck here. You won't find a lot of people using many different decks. And I'm still learning. But you know what? I'm willing to do it and put the energy out on the table. Not like so to speak, because literally that's what I'm doing, is putting the energy out on the table. And you're here for the ride and the entertainment. There you go. I got Magician. I got 8 of Wands as well. But here, there you go. You got 2. Look at that. You got the Magician. So you are the magician in making things work in your favor. You're not, and a lot of people will be saying, oh, that's so bad and that's so evil. I'm like, actually, no. The Magician gives health and financial prosperity, connects one safely with divine. So you may see him as like, oh my God, he's evil, he's, whatever. And he's not. Where light shines, evil may be. But sometimes that evil is not evil, and it's all on perception, on how you see. You also have the Eight of Wands. It says, teaches theoretic very well, gives faithful servants favor of friends and foes, and a knowledge of languages. And you can see he's picking his nose. Yeah, good old picking your nose. Picking the brains, picking ideas out, giving them to people. It's not necessarily a bad thing, but I don't really go on about what the meaning behind all of it is, because that's actually your job to be looking into that. I'm here to give you the information that on what I see here from the light and the dark. The light tells me you have to use your intuition and ground. So you know what? Go out and hug some trees. Give back to birds. Give some bird seed out on these cold days. Put out some bird seed. Allow life to come to you. Abundance to come to you. What you do to help others see, and abundance blows and comes into your lap. You're the magician that makes things work. Right? You have, the judgment on things. It's like, maybe you're blowing your last horn. Maybe you're moving on to calmer waters. This is the last, a leg of the thing before you become the star. Right? Maybe you're the star on Instagram or YouTube, and then your page is going to blow up because people want to know the stories and hear things. But you're going to go through a shift. You're going to leave a lot of things. You still got to ground. Incense. Make shit go in your favor, not what other people want you to be going into. You have the strength. You got 1, 2, 3, 4 major arcanas here. The Last Judgment, the Star, the Moon, and the Sun. You've got Archangel Michael, your first chakra, your grounding. You've got your angel strength, so wherever you bring your strength from, you have the strength to move forward in change that you need to be, but use your intuition on the choices and the decisions that you'll be making for yourself. You have things in your arsenal. May you be, I'm going to say this is a jack of all trades card, because that's exactly what it is. It's a jack of all trades card. You're capable of doing a little bit of everything. You're capable of making shit turn into gold, basically. The way that you look at things, it gives a person a different perspective than the way that they were looking at it. And then they see something totally different than they first looked at it. But if it wasn't for you and you coming along and making those, trusting your intuition and trusting those words that would be coming out of your mouth to be talking to someone, you're basically blowing the last judgment on what their thought is and are about you. You're the star. You're going through changes. You're going to shine like the fucking sun. And, you have to realize that there are people in your life that you cannot be taking forward and moving forward. So just know that when you're using your intuition, your grounding, and you're being within yourself, there are people that will want you to stay back with them. You have to detach. You have to cut ties. You have to do cord cutting rituals. You have to, feel like it's inside of you, and then you're stringing it out of you, and then say that you rebuke this energy, that it is no longer yours, and whoever that it belongs to, return to sender. And you have to mean it. It's just like when I had horses. And horses are Very powerful animals. Dangerous. They can kill you in 3 seconds. And the way that your body language, the way that you communicate is through body language. And sometimes you literally have to look them in the eye and tell them to fuck off. It's like, stop being an asshole. Well, then you have to do that to people too. You literally have to do that. And sometimes those people won't like it. Of course, horses will just like totally respect you and go, shit, you know, she stood up for herself, way to go. But when you do it to people, they might not like it. They might want to stab you or shoot you or take you out. But I can tell you, it's such a... Humans are so backwards. Instead of just understanding, okay, they don't like me, I'm going to fucking go this way. Or go and mind my own business and doing it elsewhere. You know, if you're a person of that you're grounding and you're changing and forming into a new you, you're not gonna want to mess around with these hunky-dory, you know, Humpty Dumpty, sit on the wall type of people throwing rocks that they live in glass houses and hiding hands. You're not wanting to be any part of this, so move the fuck on. Stop dwelling on the past. Let them go. 5 of Swords. You know, family members, maybe there's 5 members, and then you have to accept defeat, that you will not be able to change these people, that you will not be able to change their perspective, the way that they feel about you, all their lies, all their gossip, all their slander. You won't be able to recoup that, and that is a defeat. And don't worry, you're going to get that back, because guess what? You're the star, darling. You've got things coming towards you. You're the magician. You make shit into gold. You've got the Midas touch. And there's people here that will want to keep you stuck. It's like, no, stay with us, stay with us. You know, we don't want you to move forward, but, you know, we look forward to it, but, you know, we're just going to stab a knife in your back to keep you stuck. Know this and understand this. Ground yourself. Call upon Archangel Michael to protect you and guard when you fall asleep. When you know, call judgment. Basically, he's there calling judgment and slaying your demons for you. And he's going to put them in the fucking coffin. You notice that? Right? Right? He's going to be helping you with your last judgment, the final judgment, the last test. It's a test. And you passed.